I know Mr. Chi. I haven't met you yet.
For the record.
I'm Sergeant Niz. And who am I speaking with?
For the record.
For the record. So, Mr. For the record, I don't know what we're all doing here, but what do you got in your bag in the bottle? Is it an alcohol container?
It's just a drink.
Just a drink? Okay.
Yeah.
So you know there is a statute that we have, you know, the open container law here. You can't have an open container of alcohol. Would you show me just that it's not an alcohol container? That way we don't have to go any further? And I'll be satisfied, and you can stand there and hold the bottle all you want. Otherwise, you know, based on my experience, everything like that, I would have to assume it's an alcohol bottle, and I don't want to make bad assumptions. But
well, that's exactly what it would be, is an assumption.
Exactly.
Without any reasonable, articulable suspicion that it is
and that's
alcohol.
Why I'm asking you if you could just show me the label or show that it's not alcohol, because I know sometimes root beer bottles come like that too.
You can ask, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah, but I'm also, then I could go down a different road that I really don't want to right now. I'm just trying to, I mean, you guys are being cool with me.
And we appreciate you being cool. And right now I'm going to teach you a little something now, sir.
Okay, I'm listening.
Right now, the Fourth Amendment gives you the right to be secure in your persons, properties, papers, and effects. All right? And I got the right to be secure in whatever I'm doing. And right now I have this bottle that's secure with this paper bag. It's being secure.
Okay.
It's my privacy that I'm trying to uphold.
Well,
and unless
we can go around in circles and we can get into an argument, and I don't want to do that.
It's not your job, is not to argue. It's just
you're supposed to be enforcing law in favor of the people. Now, if you were thinking I was drinking alcohol, a paper bag and a brown bottle is not reason enough to believe that I'm drinking alcohol. Does that make sense to you?
It doesn't, but then again, like I said, I don't want to get into unnecessary arguments. We're being cordial, you know.
Yeah, right. And there's no reason for you to believe that I'm drinking alcohol other than it's a brown bottle in a bag, right? That's the only reason to believe that I would be drinking alcohol. But you don't see me stumbling. You don't see me slurring. You can tell that I'm coherent.
Well,
you can't smell any alcohol, can you? You know, what would make you have to have a little bit more than just that, because this is just a container, which happens to be a brown bottle. And, you know, I'm using this bag to teach you guys, actually. To teach you the Fourth Amendment. That people have privacy, that the government doesn't have a right to be, you know, getting in your business. It's none of your business what I'm drinking unless you have reason to believe that I'm, you know, causing a disturbance by drinking whatever's in here. And whatever is in here would be alcohol if you thought I was causing a disturbance. But you can see I'm, you know, intelligently speaking. I'm not stumbling all over the floor. And what you should be doing is, oh, well, it doesn't look like he's, you know, he's not committing any crimes. He's not hurting anybody. He's not gonna hurt himself.
Okay. Well.
And well, I can't see any alcohol.
I appreciate this. Do we have any other lawful business here?
He's giving me a tour around Farmington, letting me see all the stuff here.
I need to check something real quick.
So, but we're okay, right, well, Sarge? You understand?
You can come over here and take a look at the sign. I think it kind of...
Let's see, public access to police station located at the front building. Public parking across from the municipal court. Well, we're not parking a vehicle. We're just walking on public property.
Well,
it's public property. We pay for it. We ain't doing nothing. It doesn't say. It says for vehicles. We're not in a vehicle. We're on foot.
But you're still accessing it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with accessing it by foot. It's wrong to access it by vehicle. That's what it says. Police vehicles only. Doesn't say
public access.
for a vehicle, perhaps. That's what I get from it, because it's talking about parking. Talking about parking. So in the totality, it's about vehicles, parking, vehicles, traffic. It's not about an individual. There's nothing wrong with us walking around here. See, you're starting to come out trying to, you know, make up rules, and when we're not really doing nothing.
I'm not trying to make up rules. I'm just trying to.
Well, you're trying to interpret this sign against us, so I don't know. You want us to leave, or is that what you're trying to get at?
If we don't have any lawful business, then I would.
Lawful business is press.
No.
Yes, it is. That's lawful.
That's your interpretation.
That's not my interpretation. That's the law.
No, it's your interpretation.
That's a lawful activity. I don't need to get in an argument with you. I'm just telling you. If you're not accepting it,
the same Constitution that you swore an oath on.
It's a supreme law.
And what we're exercising is the Constitution.
What we're exercising is a supreme law, an activity. Yeah, it's getting hot again. God, man. Yeah, but we're not accessing this with the vehicle, which is what that's talking about. Parking. Talking about vehicles. We can't park. We don't have an automobile. A vehicle. There's a difference between an automobile and a vehicle, too.
Not a public parking lot.
Well, we're not parking here. We're not parking.
No, he said this is a public parking lot. It's actually not. This is the public parking lot up here. So if you go
up
there,
yeah, he's mistaken. It's public property, not a public parking lot. It's public property.
That's what he said. So
okay, we're gonna correct Four Corners. He said, the officer said that this was public parking, but to correct him, this is public property, not public parking, but public property, which still allows the public to access it.
Exactly, the watcher, and that's what he doesn't understand.
And he's mistaking public parking for
property.
What makes you say that now?
Because if a crash were to happen on here, a private property crash form would be done, and not a roadway crash report.
Oh, so that's if there was a crash with the vehicle, but we're not in a vehicle. See, you're.
What I'm saying.
That's what the purpose is. That is for. It's for vehicles, not for people who are traveling by foot. This is public property. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to work with you here.
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to?
Hey, this is what I want you to say. Hey, welcome to Farmington. Look at our place. We got good service. Test our officers here. Make sure they know what they're doing. We're up to public scrutiny. That's our job. That's our job. We're here for you guys. We're your servants, and we want to know how we can serve you better. And this is your place. You guys paid for it. We just work here. This is public property, and it belongs to you guys. It belongs to everybody. This public property has been put in trust to the Farmington Police to be entrusted with the public's property to, you know, maintain it, make it look good, make it accessible for us to enjoy our rights, which is to walk around, travel around, be free, go here, go there, go from point A to point B on all public property. Does that make sense? It's public property is public property.
This is what they don't train you guys. Do they train you guys on the First Amendment at all? Is there any First Amendment training within the San Juan County Police Department? Because all of my videos that don't show. Like last night, we had an action with Sitton. Was it Sitton?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, he used his bully tactics, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was trying to intimidate us, and
he put his hands on for the record here.
Yeah.
Then he grabbed my video camera.
That's battery. You don't put your hands on somebody unless they're breaking the law.
Okay.
You know, if he put his hands on me, he should have arrested me for whatever he thought I was doing. But this is public property, Nez, Officer Nez. You know, you shouldn't feel like you have to make us leave just because we're here recording and checking out everything, and you know, yeah, putting you guys in the spotlight. Yeah, we are, but you know, that's our right to be able to check up on you and make sure you guys are transparent and accountable for you know, the trust we put you under. We give you the authority to hold a gun, to take people in custody. And when we give you that power, you have to do it with a certain limit. And that's what the law is about. The Supreme Law is about our rights. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment. The Constitution, Article 6, Section 2 says that the Constitution is the supreme law. And anything in conflict with the supreme law is notwithstanding. Anything. And then what comes after that is Marbury versus Madison, which upholds that. Which upholds that the Constitution is the supreme law. And then that case has never been overturned. Marbury versus Madison. It's never been overturned. And the supreme law is our rights. You got to go by our rights. That's the supreme law. Our law to speak goes above any other laws that are made. Any policies, any rules. They don't call it the supreme law for nothing. And Judge, what's his name? Judge John, he's the one that ruled for the Marbury versus Madison. He's the one that ruled for it. But he said that anything that come for a secondary law to come in conflict with the supreme law would be illogical, because the supreme law would prevail. And they made these things so our government can, you know, take advantage of the people.
What's the new policy about that? 50 feet? 25 feet standing back. I heard that you guys brought up a new policy that day on the 14th. Jay Stearman said there's a new policy where you guys don't have to identify yourselves, and we have to stay 50 feet back if we're trying to keep you guys accountable. Is that policy out? Is it passed?
I would like to know if they went through legislature or something, some kind of, you know, the city council.
That sounds very unconstitutional to me.
Well, you guys, the department just can't make up a rule that has to do with, you know, violating rights. They have to go through legislature process to make a rule like that.
The same process that you do to create a state law, to create policy that dictate how
well, you can't just make a note, right? Make a note and say nobody can do this, and then make it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have no doubt that maybe you've gone to a couple of restaurants here in Farmington. You know, let's say Burger King.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so would you go in the back and start making your own food at Burger King?
No.
Why not?
Because it's private property.
No, well, not only that, but
that's the only reason. It's private property.
To make a point, and you're cutting me off. That's very disrespectful.
Well, you asked me.
I haven't been disrespectful to you. I've let you talk.
I'm sorry.
Now,
go ahead.
Make my point to illustrate.
Yes.
So different organizations and different companies, they can enact policies that fit how their organization is run. Like I said, you can't just go into the back of Burger King and start flipping your own Whopper, even though sometimes, you know, maybe you might want to because they either overcook it or they undercook it or whatever like that. I'm not picking on Burger King, by the way. I mean, I'm just saying. Using that because that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to illustrate. So, you know, sometimes departments, not just Farmington, you know, we institute policies that govern how it's run that doesn't need legislation.
Which are policies.
Not necessarily.
You can't make laws, that's for sure.
I mean, so for instance,
rules
we have a policy that governs how our hair is cut.
Yeah.
how we're supposed to wear our hair here at the
That's because you work for them. That's your policies.
We didn't have to go to Congress and get that passed.
No.
How does that
That's
make
because
sense?
It's conduct. It's conduct as
we have a policy that says how long our hair is supposed to and not supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like,
that's the rule you agreed to work for them.
Yeah.
So,
but we didn't have to enact the law. We didn't have to get that passed by. We didn't have to go through.
No. That's what you consented to.
Okay.
It's something you consent to.
I agree. In order for me to work here, I cut my hair a certain length. But in order for that policy to be enacted by the police department, it didn't have to go through no legislative cycle.
No,
like
it didn't.
You're saying that every policy.
It didn't. It had to come through your consent. Is all it was.
No, so you're saying two different things now.
No.
You're saying consent, and then you're saying also it has to go through some legislative procedure.
Yeah,
so
for us to follow it, for the public to follow it, it has to go through legislature.
We don't have
for you to follow it, all it has to be is a policy. They make a rule for you guys to cut your hair. All right, we want to make sure you shine your shoes. Shine your shoes. Make sure you're looking good. Iron your clothes. Make sure they're washed. You know, they don't want no dirt bags working for the city. They want you to look professional. That's what that's for.
This has been pretty fun.
It's not a rule.
Else we can do for you?
Oh no, we're good. You know what I mean?
Policy is not for the public. It's for you guys.
Okay.
It's not for
the law is for us, for everyone. Okay. You know, you guys follow policies and rules. We have to follow the law. After all this time, you still see this officer still trying to resist, and his true colors still showing. You're dismissed if you want.
But could I ask you guys not to walk through a parking lot, please, just as a service?
I can't do that. I can't do that.
You can do that?
We can't do that. This is just the... What are we going to do? We're just walking through the parking lot. There's nothing wrong with walking through the parking lot. We're not breaking the law.
I get it.
We're not trying to vandalize the cars or nothing. We're just walking through.
Tell me what to call you one more time. I forgot because we've been going around.
For the record?
For the record. Mr. For the record, would you want me to... I mean, I know. I kind of already know what you're going to say with this, but... Okay, so let's say you live at an apartment complex. Would you want me just like walking and hanging out by your ride and everything like that? Probably not, you know.
I know I wouldn't want you hanging around in my ride, but I'd be keeping my eye on you.
Yeah.
And have you guys keep the eye. If you're that scared or something, you know, call the video room up and say, hey, keep an eye on these guys. You know, they're going to be recording. I just want to make sure they don't vandalize the car or anything like that.
Well, I got no problem with you guys. If you were to do it from the upstairs right here to the upper parking lot, because that's not the police parking lot. There's no sign on that one saying that you can't be up here. And that's what I said. I just really...
We're not parking.
We're not parking.
You're not parking, you're walking. Okay. Semantics. Your semantics.
No. Yeah. When you go into court...
I'm not going to go down this road.
When you go into court, you're going to have to talk about semantics. What are the details?
But we're not going to court right now. So.
Okay, but I'm just going to say if we ever have to, that's what I'm going to use. That this...
Is it eggshell or is it white? I don't know. I mean, how do you tell the difference? So... I'm just gonna ask you guys. Could you do me a solid? We've been moving. I thought I've been cool with you. I'm not doing this because I want to be the cool cop or anything like that. You know, I just want to show you guys that, show you the respect that you've given me so far. And I just asked, like, if you want to record, if you could do it up here, and there's gonna be nobody else coming out here trying to chase you guys off or anything like that, which is not what I'm trying to do.
But what you should tell them is go tell them, hey, don't worry about them guys.
Well, it's
if anything, no, you tell them they're gonna listen to you. They're going to listen to you, man. You're Sergeant Nez. You go in there, hey, get the cameras. Look on these guys. These guys aren't going to do anything. You're not asking them to run a dictator. You're just saying, hey, guys, keep an eye on these guys.
Tell them to ignore you, which...
Not to ignore them, to pay attention to us is what I'm saying. Ask the guy in the video room, hey, keep an eye on these guys. I'm not saying to ignore them. Keep an eye on these guys.
Are we live now? Or is this going to be up later?
His is live now, I think.
It's live now?
Mine's will be put up later.
Okay.
We got about 59.
That's all? I guess that people think I'm boring, huh? They're like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
You know,
you got somebody that was live on you?
Like
the actual news that...
People around the world are sleeping because it goes around the world, not just here. You know what I mean? He's got some viewers from Australia.
That's cool.
New Zealand.
Yeah. I even got one from
Germany,
it's cool. Off of James Freeman's channel. I got people coming supporting the channel.
That's cool.
It is. It's pretty neat to
I'm all about public
outreach.
accountability, guys, but I'm just saying maybe there's...
Well, how about just public access? We're not doing nothing. We're just going to go around here. Maybe even record some of the vehicles here and just see if there's anything in there.
Like some guys, they have stuff like evidence or even like...
I don't think they should have evidence or
sensitive documents that I don't want, that you guys probably shouldn't be recording and things like that.
They shouldn't have that stuff in their vehicles like that.
Like this young lady has her, wasn't open her computer, her laptop.
Yeah, you shouldn't have any public information or private information inside your vehicle.
And it shouldn't be running anyway.
And it shouldn't be open to where, you know, you have the plain view doctrine, which gives you guys the right just to look in our cars just because, you know what I mean? But just to look in the car, you know, they shouldn't have that stuff open like that in their vehicles. They should have it closed in a file, in a briefcase or something, not open. Because we have the right to be, you know, video recording our public property. Make sure these gates are locked, that you guys are securing stuff like this here. You know.
All that is accessible from over there in the upper lot as well too.
I can't see if the gate is locked from over there.
You can zoom in and show that they're locked and everything like that.
Evidence there can be seen is violating the law.
You know what I mean? We're not going to do anything, Nez. We're just walking through here, taking a tour.
I would like to believe you.
So you think I'm going to do something wrong?
No, I'm just saying that, you know. I'm just saying that if something pops off, not pops off, that's a bad word. No.
I know what you mean. If anything happens, just if anything happens.
If something gets damaged, who do you think they're going to point the finger at?
At us, of course, right?
Yeah, and then we'll have to do our diligence.
And then, and then you guys got to conduct an investigation, and it will show that we didn't do anything. So, no, it doesn't matter.
We're not going to film ourselves breaking the law.
That'd be smart. That would be very smart on you, Mr. Chi.
We're not going to do anything. We're just taking a tour of the property, public property.
I can give you a tour.
That'd be cool too if you want to do that.
Yeah,
take us around into the department, or
I was telling that there's an old. Is that the holding cell still in there?
Nope.
They tear that out.
It's still there, but it's not a holding cell anymore.
So like an office.
Not anymore.
I remember there was a holding cell.
Now it's the break room.
How did you know there was a holding cell just out of curiosity?
Yeah, back in the days when I used to get in trouble.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. No, it's it's still there. It's still there. It's just not. We don't hold prisoners here anymore. All of them will go to the detention center up on Andrea Drive.
All right, Nez, man. We don't want to hold you up out here. It's hot. And I don't think we're gonna stay out there, you know, too much either. I don't want to be outside out here recording too much either. You know what I mean? I'd rather just go real quick, take a look at everything, and then go inside the station.
The police station's open, right?
Yes.
Right away, you guys.
And just see the officers introduce themselves, see how long they've been working. How long you been working for the force? Yeah, you got a lot of stripes there.
Okay, so my answer to your question is complicated because I haven't been here my whole entire police career. Are you asking just for Farmington? I've been in Farmington 17 years.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I've been a cop for 20 years, so.
All right. Cool, man. You know, I just want to get an idea of how long the cops have been working.
Everybody's
Get a story, maybe. Hey, man, tell me a difference you made, or what's important to you about this job, or, you know, a little interview with them if they can. You know, if they're busy, I'm not gonna, you know, and try to stop him or whatever. But the public wants to know, you know, wants to bridge the gap between you and us.
Sure.
And the only way to do that is to interact with you guys and ask you guys, and ask questions, you know, how long you been working, you know, you having plans to go another place, or you like it here, whatever, I don't know, you know, just press. It's just press, you know, recording anything of public interest.
What type of signal blockers you guys got in there? In your station?
I have no idea. I didn't even know we have signal blockers.
Every time I go in there, my lives are chopping. It seems like the last time I went there, it's totally shut off my live.
Well, maybe just some thick walls, maybe.
It's news to me. All I know is I have a hard time calling that on the radio too. When I try to call out, it just comes out as static. So.
Yeah, but it's
Hey, I appreciate you talking to us, man. That's, you know, that's really good, and asking us questions, and so I can ask you questions, you know, and hashing out things, and you know,
sure.
You squash any, what do you call them? Any beliefs or theories, conspiracies that people might have, or thoughts. You know what I mean? We talk to each other, and we kind of figure out what's what, and you know, and just get a meeting of the minds. You know, try to get a meeting of the minds, and bridge that gap, and understand one another, and something to that effect, you know. And now that it's almost 4th of July, you know, we want to definitely, you know, celebrate our independence from a king, from one man trying to tell another man what to do, how to do it, where to do it, when to do it. And that's what we're celebrating, our independence from somebody trying to tell us what to do and how to do it. That's what all this is all about.
I like that.
Freedom, independence from a king, from a tyrant.
You guys gonna go get some tea?
There you go. Now you're talking, man. Now you're talking. You know, we fought for more when they just had a small little tax, and now we don't even do anything when they raise the tax, you know, a lot, because we lost our way. Americans have become lazy and forgotten what we were fighting, what we were trying to get away from tyranny, from men telling other men what to do. So everybody can do what they want as long as they don't harm anyone else. Do what you want, anything. Just don't harm someone else. Don't cause harm, loss, or injury. And go do what you want. But when you start harming someone else or causing them loss, then you're breaking the law. That's when you're breaking the law. Is when you're hurting someone else or causing them loss. That's what it's all about. That's what, as simple as it gets. As simple as it gets. Whenever you get confused or there's a gray area for you, you go to the Constitution. It'll tell you. It'll let you know. Now, where do I stand? Oh, well, go to the Constitution, okay? Constitution says this, right? What does it mean? Well, it's for the people. You interpret it in favor of the people. You don't interpret it in favor of trying to get them in jail unless they really caused harm. You interpret the law for people, because that's what it is, your rights. The supreme law is our rights. The freedom to speak, religion, that's the first, you know, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, all those. The law is about not what you can't do. The law is about what you can do. Those are the rights, what you can do. You have the right to speak. You have the right to your religion and stuff like that. It's not about what you can't do. Everybody knows what you can't do. The law is for about what you can do.
That's where you guys come in and tell them they break the law, commit a crime. That's what you guys do.
I appreciate it, Nez, for listening. And you know, man, you could just you could do just like every other cop and say, "Oh, I don't want to listen to this," and just storm off and walk away and do a walk of shame. But but you're staying there and you're listening, and you know, that's what we want to see. And that's what we're going to show here on this, man. That you know, you're trying to enforce, you know, us not walking around here, but you're staying here and listening too. There's potential, you know what I mean? You're not just being a tyrant and trying to be the king and trying to make us do what you want just because you think it's right. You're kind of, you know, keeping an open mind a little bit and listening And standing there, yeah, standing there and listening.
That, man. I appreciate that.
Like we said, we appreciate you coming over and having a word and conversating with us, understanding each other.
And we can't do it when cops just walk off and, oh, I don't want to hear this, and they feel like they're going to get embarrassed or whatever. But you're standing there and you're standing there and, hey, I think you're doing good. It's showing potential. It's showing that, you can affect people. I think you can show your subordinates, teach them a little something about today. And anybody else in mind, maybe not. Maybe you have to go to every other cop and teach him individually, so it can really sink in. But all I can say is you're showing a good side of this Farmington police, other than what Mr. Four Corners over here has already experienced from other police officers. So we're going to be able to show two sides, not just the bad side.
See, Jay Stearman, he made you guys' department look really bad on the 14th, and that got exposed. You know James Freeman? You guys seen that video yet? James
Freeman? One guy makes all of them look bad, but the one good guy makes all of them look good too.
No, I think I lost my train of thought because looking at your shoes. I don't know why, but
yeah, on that video that he did with James Freeman on that live on his channel, his channel is a big channel, and you guys, I think the last time I looked at it, 87,000 views on what Jay Stearman.
Okay.
Coming in there, bullying his way in there, bullying me around out of the public building, because Andrea Jones and the rest of the clerks in there felt their feelings got hurt, and he was turned into a feelings officer, Jay Stearman, and he did his job the wrong way.
Okay. Do you guys need anything?
No, we're good, man. You help.
Hot.
I hear you, man.
Give you some water.
And that was for the record.
All right, cool, man. We'll walk you in. We'll escort you.
You can go.